Liz Truss is Britain's new Prime Minister. She is the United Kingdom's third woman Prime Minister. The 47-year-old Liz Truss promised to slash taxes and boost defence spending. The result of voting by Conservative Party members was announced this evening, 5 o'clock IST, where she got 57.4% of the vote share. She got over 80,000 votes of the total Tory members voting, while Rishi Sunak got 60,000 votes. So in fact, he did better than expected. Remember, all the polls, all the bookies' odds were showing him trailing behind.
Our outgoing leader, my friend. It's an honour to be elected as leader of the Conservative and Unionist Party. I'd like to thank the 1922 committee, the party chairman and the Conservative Party for organising one of the longest job interviews in history. Thank you very much.
So Liz Truss is the new Prime Minister. Remember, of course, this is not a general election. This is a vote amongst Tory members, because when Boris Johnson came in with a sweeping victory, when he stepped down, there was no need for a fresh election. But Radhika, the big question was that would Liz Truss be the candidate to win in a general election as compared to Rishi Sunak? And there is from India and many views within Great Britain also, which says that, Tory members the Conservative Party was not ready for a brown Prime Minister yet.
Well, the Labour Party is certainly happy. Some of the Labour Party members who I spoke with did not say it on camera, but did admit that they seem to think that Liz Truss is good news for them, because Rishi perhaps would have been performing even better than Liz would at a time when Britain is going through a cost of living crisis. Whether Britain is ready or not for a brown Prime Minister, well, there has been no official reaction, although a lot of us have been asking those questions. But the Conservative Party today, their official stand is that they weren't actually looking only for an administrator or a head of state. They were also looking for a leader to the Conservative Party, somebody to keep the party together, somebody who isn't seen as a rebel. And clearly, Rishi Sunak was the one who led that campaign against Boris Johnson whilst in his government, and did not sort of shy away from putting in his papers, saying what he had to say, and also led that 60-odd cabinet members resigning. As a result, Boris Johnson had to leave. There are various reasons really why Liz has won today, but this particular mandate of the Conservative Party is very, very minuscule. It's only under 1% of Britain's population. On the ground, I've been collecting some reactions, and they have been far mixed reactions. In fact, one such young couple, let's say, is here with me, and they are from Scotland. Tell me a little bit about yourself, and let me get your opinion about the fact that Liz Truss is now the Prime Minister.
Well, I think Liz Truss will encourage more people in Scotland to vote for the Scottish National Party. I am not a Scottish nationalist, but I think until we have a Labour government in Westminster, the Scottish nationalists will do very well.
Okay, what about you, sir?
I think Liz Truss is very similar in some ways to Boris Johnson, in that she'll say something without thinking and then regret it later. And I think she's already upset 2 or 3 people, France and in Scotland. And so yes, I don't think she's doing herself any help.
Would Rishi have made a better Prime Minister?
Out of the 2, I would say perhaps yes.
Of the 2, yes.
Of the 2, yes.
I think he's more diplomatic.
Okay. And have you both traditionally supported the Labour?
No. I was Liberal for a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much, and enjoy your day in London. So a Scottish couple who seem to think that perhaps Rishi could have been a better candidate of the two, of Liz and Rishi. But a lot of pessimism is what I pick up on the ground from various people, Sonia. Some of them, of course, saying that the cost of living crisis has been like never before in Britain. The fact that people are coming out of the pandemic but are coming out jobless. So many variety of reasons which they find extremely annoying and
a huge challenge, of course. And this, of course, as India has beaten the United Kingdom as the 5th largest economy. So the new Prime Minister really has a crown of thorns before the next elections in the United Kingdom. Thanks so much, Radhika, for that update.